Welcome into the channel. My name is Grizzy, and with the release of a new season in Apex, of course, we have an entirely different meta to cover. For Season 10, we will be receiving plenty of legend buffs and nerfs, a new Rampage LMG, and Little Nas X as our new legend. No, wait, what's his name? Oh yeah, Seer. If you are new to the channel, I post weekly uploads that are gonna help you to improve your game at Apex Legends, and I'm gonna be having tons of great content in Season 10, so make sure you guys subscribe and join the Bears Den. With that being said, today we are going to go over all of the changes coming to the Legends that we know so far for Apex Legends Season 10, and I'm gonna open this video up into a discussion on how I think the meta is gonna play out in Season 10. So let's cover the up and coming legend changes, and let's rate each legend from D to S tier. We're gonna start this out with the new legend in Season 10, Seer. The new legend being added into the game is another recon legend that will help his team with game knowledge and disruption to the other team. It seems like Seer is a good mix between current legends Bloodhound, Crypto, and even Revenant. Seer has a tall and skinny hitbox, which means he should have a decent hitbox to dodge some shots, and his passive is called Heart Seeker. With the Heart Seeker passive, while aiming down sight, Seer can hear the heartbeat of nearby legends, helping to discover their locations. Now this ability is going to be super critical in tight corners and will help immensely in late game scenarios for safe rotations, finding the perfect places to play, and will help the entire team to know the whereabouts of enemy locations. Keep in mind that since Seer is also a recon legend, that means he should be able to scan beacons as well in order to find the next ring position. After that, we have Seer's tactical focus of attention. With this ability, Seer releases several mini drones, and after a delay, they mark all enemies in front of him and interrupt their use of healing items and revives. The drone reveals their locations and health to Seer and his allies for 8 whole seconds. This ability, man, on paper, it sounds super overpowered. The fact that Seer can scan enemies in front and prevent them from healing or reviving for a short time sounds incredible. Just keep in mind that the wording states that this tactical interrupts the use of healing or reviving. It does not disable the entire function. You will be interrupted for a short time from healing. This tactical isn't going to completely cancel healing or reviving for a long period of time. But the fact that Seer and his allies can see enemy health bars for a whole 8 seconds, that portion of the ability alone seems OP as well. 8 seconds is a long time in game, and having that knowledge of which enemy your team should target first with the lowest health is huge information. Seer's tactical alone seems to be enough for one whole legend, and this ability is going to carry him to a pro level and a ranked level as well. Now, if we thought that the tactical was enough, Seer also has an incredible ultimate called Exhibit, and this ability releases hundreds of mini drones that form a sphere. Enemies that move quickly or fire their weapons in the sphere are marked, revealing their location and footsteps to both Seer and his allies. Enemies can destroy the heart chamber by shooting and destroying it. This ability is going to be devastating in the late game. Seer will define pro and ranked play with those late game circles, and it'll be tough to shoot out his ultimate ability when he places it above a building with teams inside. With that being said, we will have to get our hands on Seer to experience the power of this legend firsthand, but on paper, it seems that Seer is going to be a top tier legend and will either be A tier or S tier in Season 10. Now, we have 3 other known buffs coming into Season 10, and the legends receiving those buffs are Caustic, Horizon, and Fuse. Now, instead of 5 ticks of damage per second, Caustic's gas will now increase in damage every other second, so it'll start out 5-5, 6-6, 7-7, and continue after that with no limit on how much it can increase. Although Caustic did receive this buff for Season 10, the gas cloud created by Caustic's ultimate ability will now dissipate 5 seconds sooner. When you fight a Caustic prior to the buff, most players can quickly reposition and get out of the gas with their abilities. Due to this, I think Caustic actually will be worse in Season 10. He's still going to be a pretty solid legend at playing defensively and holding buildings. However, I think Caustic will be a B tier legend in Season 10 with these changes. After Caustic, we now have word that Horizon will now get a buff where she will maneuver while in the air on her grav lift, closer to how it was in Season 7. Horizon was arguably the best legend legend in Apex in Season 7 and 8 due to her insane mobility on the grav lift. Remember, you could take the grav lift and pop a shield battery mid-air and be a difficult target to hit. Now this buff is not a total revert to what we saw in Season 7 and Season 8, so we'll have to see how this buff plays out. However, we should expect a lot more Horizons in Season 10, and she should be much more viable. With the revert close to how the grav lift was in Season 7, Horizon should make her way higher on the tier list as potentially an A tier legend in Season 10. The last confirmed buff for the season is Fuse, the legend with the lowest win rate in recent Apex seasons. Fuse's knuckle cluster will last twice as long and will allow him to deny areas longer. Also, enemies caught in his ultimate ability will be highlighted even in a building or behind a wall. These are some great buffs to Fuse, and previously I had him listed as a C tier legend. Being able to deny areas with that knuckle cluster seems really powerful. I expect Fuse to jump up to be a B tier legend for Season 10 with these buffs. Lastly, we have a nerf incoming, and that is to Revenant. In Season 10, enemies will get an audible and visual indication when Death Totem's death protection is about to end, letting them know that Revenant and his allies are about to be vulnerable. I personally like this nerf because the Death Totem was such a free ultimate ability before with little repercussion to the team using the totem. With this addition to the game, Revenant players and teams will have to play much smarter. However, I do think Rev will still be a solid legend and will commonly be used in tandem with Seer and Octane. Revenant more than likely will still be around a B+ or maybe even an A- tier legend after this nerf in Apex Season 10. So guys, those are the legend changes that we currently know for Season 10. Which legend are you guys most excited to play for Apex Season 10? Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Guys, before ending the video, I am going to be hosting a 1v1 tournament for the celebration of 10,000 subs on the channel. I just wanted to thank each and every one of you guys. Seriously, it means so much. If you are interested in joining, I will post a link in the description below. The tournament will be August 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern. It will be a bracket single elimination tournament with a wingman and an R99. Even if you guys do not feel like participating in the tournament, make sure you guys join in for the live stream and let's have a celebration. Thank you so much, guys.